Good morning, students. Once again, you are most welcome in our algebra class. As we know, in the last video, we already started our fourth lesson, ratio and proportion. And in that, we did the sums based on the ratio. Today, we are going to start practice set number 4.2. Before that, the rules of the comparison of the ratios. Let's see. If we have the ratios, so how we are going to do the comparison between the ratios. So, comparison of ratios, the numbers A, B, C and D being positive means the numbers what we have, if the numbers are positive. Comparison of ratios A upon B and C upon D, and we are going to compare that ratio like the A upon B and C upon D. So what is the rule for that? Rule number 1, if A into D greater than BC, AD greater than BC, then we can say A upon B greater than C upon D. The second one, if AD is smaller than BC, then A upon B smaller than C upon D. And the third one, if AD is equal to BC, so both the ratios A upon B is equal to C upon D. Means whenever we are comparing the ratio and all the digits in that ratio involved are in positive form, so that time we have to do the multiplication like AD and BC. On the basis of that, we are going to decide which ratio should be greater and which one should be smaller, or we can say both are is equal to. These few things we have to keep in our mind at the time of the comparison of ratios. One more thing we have to learn, the property of A upon B. As we learned in our earlier classes of the fractions, when we have the any fractions and we want to do any of the change in that, the same thing we have to do in the both numerator as well as denominator. As we learned in the last videos, ratio is the reduced form of the any of the numbers. That is the reduced form. We cannot say that is the actual number. So if we are multiplying by any of number in the numerator, the same we have to multiply in the denominator. What should be happen in that case? The value of ratio should be remain same, that not going to change. Like if you have A upon B is equal to both A and B, numerator as well as denominator, both are multiplying by K. K means any of the constant numbers. So we are getting the answer like AK and BK. The value of remains same like A upon B. The same property we have to use in our practice set number 4.2. See, question number 1. Using the property of A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. Fill in the blanks. Suitability. Substituting proper numbers in the followings. So here we have the sub question 1. We have a ratio 5:7, means 5 upon 7. And there we have the three different value of that ratio. What we have to do to fill in the boxes, fill in the blanks what we have. First, the number what we have, find out the relation of that with the original number. Like here we have the 7. 7 become 28. Means it increases the value what it have itself. Means it multiply by 4. So we got 28. 7 4s are 28. If we are multiplying this denominator by 4, the same time we have to multiply the numerator also by 4. 7 4s are 28. 5 4s are 20. So what should come over here? 20. Come for the second one. Now here we have the fill in the blanks at denominator place. So 5 and 35. What should multiply to this 5 to get the 35? 5 7s are 35. 5 7s are 35. If we are multiplying the numerator by 7, the same time we have to multiply the denominator also by 7. 5 7s are 35. 7 7s are 49. Yes? Now come for the third one. Here we have 3.5 and the original numbers, the digit we have in the ratio is 7. means this 7 become 3.5 less than itself. That means this 7 is divided by any number. So by which number we have to divide the 7 to get 3.5? 2. If we are dividing this 7 by 2, so we are getting 3.5. The same time we have to divide the numerator also by 2. So what should we are getting? 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. In short, we can say whatever the change we are doing in the numerator, the same thing we have to do in the denominator also. So we have to complete this fill in the blanks of the sub question 1 by applying the formula of A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. You can see what change we did in the numerator, the same change we did in the denominator. The same way we have to solve the sub question 2. Like here we have 9 and 14. 9 upon 14. 9 become 4.2 means this 9 divided by 2. The same time we have to divide this denominator 14 also by 2. So we are getting 7. 2 7s are 14. Yes. Now the second one. This 14 become 42. Means it increases its value. Means we are multiplied by any numbers to this 14 to become 42. So what is that number? That is 3. 14 3s are 42. So the same time we have to multiply the numerator also by the 3. 14 3s are 42. 9 3s are 27. Yes. The same change we have to do in the both numerator as well as denominator. This 14 become 3.5. So by which number this 14 should be divided to get the 3.5? By 4. 4 3s are 12. 2 become decimal point 20. So 2 4 5s are 20. Now we have to divide the 9 also by 4. 9 2s are 4 2s are 8. 9 minus 8 1. It will become 10. Put the decimal point. 4 2s are 8. 10 minus 8 become 2 and 0 20. 4 5s are 20. So this way we have to divide this 9 by 4 and we got the answer. If you are not able to divide this 9 by 4 directly, you have to do as we are doing. 4 2s are 8. 1 decimal point 10. 4 2s are again 8. 2 decimal is there means we have increased the 0. 4 5s are 20. We got remainder 0 means this 2.25 become the answers. If you are not able to do directly, you can do by division method or you have to do the multiplication method to fill in the blanks. So this way we have to complete the question number 1. Now move for the question number 2. What is that? Find the following ratios. As we learned to find out the ratios in the last video, the ratio of the first number to the second number and the ratio of the first quantity to the second quantity. So here what we have to do? Just read it. Sub question 1 of the question number 2. The ratio of radius to circumference of the circle. But here we don't have any value. So let radius be r. We assume that radius be r. So the ratio of radius to circumference. We got the radius. Now therefore circumference of circle is equal to, what is the formula for that? 2 pi r. Circumference of circle 2 pi r. Therefore find out the ratio. The ratio of radius to circumference of circle is equal to, what is that? Radius, we assume that r is 2 pi r. Yes, therefore we can write r upon 2 pi r and r will become cancelled. 1 upon 2 pi, it will become 1 is to 2 pi. is our answer. Got it everyone? This way we have to do. First assume the radius r, therefore circumference of circle become 2 pi r. Then we have to write, like we learn how we are going to write the ratio of the first quantity to the second one. The ratio of radius to the circumference of circle is equal to r is to 2 pi r. We have to write in numerator and denominator form. Do the cancellation of r. We got 1 upon 2 pi. That will become 1 is to 2 pi. Come for the second one. The ratio of circumference of circle with radius r to its area. Here they mention the radius is r. So therefore circumference of circle is equal to what we learn, 2 pi r, and area of circle is equal to pi r square. Therefore the ratio of circumference of circle to its area is equal to what we have to write, 2 pi r is to pi r square. That we write in the numerator and denominator form, 2 pi r and pi r square. Can we write r into r to this r square? Yes. Now you can see pi cancel with pi, 1r cancel with 1r. So what will remains in the numerator, 2 and r. So it will become 2 is to r is our answer. Come for the third one. The ratio of diagonal of a square to its side. If the length of side is given 7 cm. Let's start. Side of square is equal to 7 cm. And they are saying to find out the ratio of diagonal of square. So as we know the formula of diagonal of square. What is the formula for that? As because diagonal of square is equal to root 2 into side. Therefore it will become 7 root 2 centimeter. Yes. Therefore the ratio of diagonal of square to its side is equal to what is that? 7 root 2 is to 7. Let's write it in the numerator denominator form. It will become 7 root 2 upon 7. 7 and 7 will become cancelled. So what will remain? Root 2 upon 1. Root 2 is to 1. This way we have to find the reduced form, that is ratio of the given sub-question. Come for the fourth sub-question, that is length of sides of a rectangles are 5 cm and 3.5 cm. Find the ratio of its perimeter to area. So if we have both the side of the rectangle and we want to find out the ratio of its perimeter and area. So first we have to find out the perimeter. So sides of rectangle is equal to 5 cm and 3.5 cm. Means length and breadth should be given. As because perimeter of rectangle is equal to what is that? 2 into length plus 2 into breadth is equal to 2 into 5 plus 2 into 3.5 is equal to 2 5 is 10 plus 3.5 multiplied by 2 will become 17 centimeter. That we got the perimeter of rectangle. Now we have to find out the area of rectangle. What is the formula for that? Length into breadth is equal to 5 into 3.5. Multiply it. 5 5s are 25. 2 carry. 5 3s are 15 plus 2 17. 17.5 square centimeter. That will become the area of rectangle. Now what we have to do, we are going to find out the ratio of these two. So we are going to write, therefore the ratio of perimeter of rectangle to its area is equal to, what is that? 17 is to 17.5. So we got that 17 is to 17.5. Now we have to write it in the numerator and denominator form, 17 upon 17.5. As we know, we could not write in the decimal point. So as per according to our rules, a upon b is equal to ak upon bk. So we should multiply both by any number. So let's multiply by 2. So we are getting 17 2s are 34 and here we will get 35.0. So we should not write after the decimal point. So it will become 34 upon 35. So we can write 34 is to 35 will become our answer. So this way we have to find out the ratio of the given sub questions. Question number 3 is that compare the following pairs of ratio. What we learned in the starting, if we have A upon B, C upon D, in that case if all four are positive, so what we decided, AD and BC. If AD is greater, so AB is greater. If AD is smaller, so A upon B is smaller. And if these two are equal, so these two ratios also equal. So these things we are going to follow to do the comparison of our sum. All four are the positive, yes. But the thing is that here we have the two numbers in the root. So what is that? So first we have to do the conversion of that all number within a root. So can we write it? Root 5 upon, when we take this 3 into the root, it will become 9. Means 2 times we are going to do the multiply, 3 into 3, that will become 9. And here also 9 and root 7. Now do the cross multiplication. So root 5 into 7, and here what we are getting, put the comma over here, and root 9 into 9, means both should be multiplying within the root. It will become root 35 and root 81. So which one is greater? Let's see. As because 35 is smaller than 81, therefore root 35 is smaller than root 81. Therefore root 5 upon 3 is smaller than 3 upon root 7. This way we have to do the comparison of these two fractions. Got it everyone? Now come for the next sum. 3 root 5 upon 5 root 7, root 63 and root 125 we have. So first convert that in a proper root. So it will become 9 into 5. That 3 become 9 and 5 we already have. Denominator 25 into 7. And here we have 63 125. It will become like 9 5s are 45 upon 7 5s are 35, 3 carry, 7 2s are 14 plus 3 175, and here we already have root 63 upon root 125. Now do the cross multiply.
45 into 125 and 63 into 175. So what we are getting? If we are multiplying this, so if we are multiplying this 45 by 125, so what we are getting? We are getting 5625. And in the second root, 63 multiplied by 175, we are getting 11,025. So which one is greater? As because 5625 is smaller than 11025. Therefore, we can say root 5625 is smaller than root 11025. So therefore, we can write what is our actual root 3 5 root 7 is smaller than root 63 upon root 125. So this will become answer. So this way, first we have to do the multiplication of the cross one, then which one is the greater and which one is smaller. By applying the formula of AD is smaller than the BC, so we can say that could be the smaller. This way we have to find out the answers. So on the basis of these sums, we have the rest three sums, sub question 3, 4 and 5. These three sums are homework for you. So today we learn how we are going to do the comparison of the ratios. If we have the ratios, and in the ratios the digits what we have in the positive form. So if AD is greater than BC, so we can say first ratio is greater than the second ratio. If AD is smaller than BC, first ratio is smaller than second ratio. If both the AD and BC are equal, so we can say both the ratios are equal. So this way we have to do the comparison, and also we learn to the properties of A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. Means if you are going to do the change within the ratio, we have to multiply or divide by the same number at the same time in the numerator as well as in the denominator also. That is the rules, that is the property we learn. So here you have to complete all three sums for your homework and submit it in your group. The rest sum of the practice set 4.2 we will continue in the next video. Thank you so much.